I was working on some development this week and I was testing out this service from Amazon Web Services. It's their Bedrock service, and I was testing out one of their models, one of the Amazon models for generating images. And when I started using it was fine, but then I realized that while I was testing it, that I was getting rate limited. So I was only getting allowed opportunity to make one request per minute, which, I mean, I don't need an absurd amount because I'm just kind of testing it out right now, but one per minute is pretty slow. I mean, in terms of, for me at least, like, even if I could get to 5 or 10 a minute, that would be good. Really at one per minute, the service, just because the service I was using it just because it allows me the ability to generate much more than one per minute and scale up as I wanted to, if I wanted to increase that amount. So Amazon Web Services has a way to go in, and they have a way to request that that limit is increased. So they have this service quota section. I went in there for Amazon Bedrock. I looked in there. This is Amazon Nova Canvas. That's their particular generative AI model that I wanted to test out with this Amazon Bedrock service. And you could see here, there's a quota of one per minute, which is being applied to my account. And then they have this other default quota amount of 100, which I'm not getting. So when you click on there, then it takes you in, and it looks like, generally speaking, because this covers a lot, maybe all of the services that Amazon Web Services has. If you want to request a higher limit, you could go in there, but it seems that for this particular one, they have this part at the top. This quota isn't adjustable, and you can't request a quota increase, excuse me. And then if you have questions or concerns, basically, please raise a help desk ticket. So I went in and I did that. And so my biggest gripe is not this part so far, although a little funky to me. It's in a process if you're not going to allow someone to automatically or systematically submit it through here. Why even list this particular model and this particular thing? So that's a little bit funky to me if you're just going to redirect me back to your customer care anyways. So I went ahead and I did that. And then, I said, hey, here's the model. Here, I want to increase the amount. I included a screen print of what I just showed you, of what I saw in terms of my current quota details. And then they came back and they said, okay, and obviously this is a customer service template. They're just copying and pasting in, there. It didn't even say like my name or anything. Hello there. Well, hello back to you. And then they said they needed these further details. Fine. That's fine, because there was no original submission template that I had to work off of. I could accept that I was missing details. So I replied back. I said, hey, here's the 4 pieces of information you requested. And then they come back and then they say, oh, you need to submit these things in advance. And this is a huge pet peeve of mine. It's very obvious that they're slow rolling this. Why? They could have asked this in the original request. Why not put it here? I already told you, which model and these things that I'm looking for. You could have asked me these questions up front. And so now I'm severely agitated because I could have put this in here and I could have responded quicker. And like I said, I'm sure Amazon's doing this on purpose for some funky reason, which is super weird, because now I don't want to use their service. Like I said, my main use case was being able to scale up quicker. If I wanted to have one per minute, I would host it on a server that was, my own, like a virtual server or something. Like I could, find one that fulfills a limit of one per minute. But I wanted something that was more scalable than that. Something where I could do many more requests per minute, which is ideally basically what the whole thing is with cloud computing and Amazon Web Services. So This is really agitating, and the part that's most agitating is I have this feeling that when I submit this, there's another script template that I'm going to get back. And so I'm going to use another additional day or two, whereby I have to wait one day to get the response, and then I'm going to put in the response, and then I'm going to have to wait for them to copy and paste or select their next template to respond with. Oh, this is, I guess, partially kind of a system design thing where I don't understand why they listed it in the quota details thing to begin with if you can't do anything with it for this particular model. And it's just a bad customer experience in terms of like they could have been more efficient. I mean, Amazon obviously is very much smarter than this in efficiency, and this is just kind of a waste of time, and they're trying to slow roll it on purpose, which is pissing me off. And now I'm going to have to go to a different service because of this, because I don't want to waste my time like this.